The way he plays is contagious.
He put a target on his neck, not his back.
Infrared beam.
He got a target right here.
You think Lonzo will make it? The Lakers will take Lonzo?
Never heard of him. It seems like everyone has an opinion on Lonzo Ball. I have an opinion on him. You have an opinion on him. LeVar Ball has about 10,000 opinions on him, and they're all pretty out there. Lonzo Ball is the most talked about rookie since LeBron James. And while on the court, Lonzo has certainly backed up a lot of the hype he's gotten, off the court, a lot of LeVar Ball antics have kind of clouded how good Lonzo really is. So today, we're going straight to the best sources we could possibly look at. We're going to listen to the opinions of other NBA stars and hear what they have to say about Lonzo. Let's start our first video clip with John Walton.
LeVar Ball, he told me that he thought Lonzo Ball was going to be better in the NBA than Steph Curry.
It's funny.
I love how John Wall just goes right out and says it's funny. He's like a senior varsity point guard just trying to ruin a freshman point guard's confidence. Like, yeah, it's cute that you think you're as good as us, but have fun playing in front of 10 people on the freshman team.
At the same time, you gotta kind of look at it as a factor of if you ask anybody that is there, if they play the same position, they're probably gonna say nobody's better than them. You know what I mean?
See, this is where I respect John Wall's point though, because he's right. To be a good basketball player, you have to have unlimited confidence in yourself. In order to succeed, you have to believe that you're better than Steph Curry. You have to think that you're better than John Wall.
Definitely when rookies come into the league, a lot of people try to leave a statement, like let them know how the league is, especially if they're gonna be going against them for the next couple of years. He just added fuel to the fire to when he probably play Steph Curry or play any other point guards after he get drafted.
And so yeah, I do think guys like Steph are going to try and go off against Lonzo this year. And maybe they'll play a little rough with him, but I don't think anyone's gonna go out there and try to hurt him. I mean, he's not LeVar Ball himself. Lonzo seems like a pretty chill guy. It seems like everyone that actually meets him likes him. So I don't think NBA players are going to gun for him as much as people think. Okay, so this is a quote from LeBron James, who earlier this year made headlines because people thought he was doing Lonzo's shooting motion. But as we can see in this Instagram post, LeBron says, "That's a false report. I was messing around with our assistant coach, whatever. Anyways, Lonzo can ball," which is pretty important for Lakers fans here because a lot of people think LeBron is going to be a Laker next summer. I'm not sure what's gonna happen, but I did find it very strange that LeBron was at Lonzo's summer league game. I mean, does LeBron James not have anything better to do than to watch the summer league? Again, it was just a little strange. And if LeBron does go to the Lakers next season, we're all gonna sit back and be like, oh yeah, of course he went to the Lakers. He was at Lonzo Ball's summer league game. And on to DeMarcus Cousins.
Who's the best prospect to come out of March Madness, you think?
You said the best prospect
Yeah.
to come out of March Madness? I'm going to roll with De'Aaron Fox,
Okay.
Malik Monk, my boy Bam Bam.
Now, of course, DeMarcus Cousins here is just repping his Kentucky boys. That's understandable, and you could tell he's trolling because he mentions Bam. Like, if you mention De'Aaron Fox and Malik Monk, yeah, there are people that think that those two players are better than Lonzo. Bam is really not in that category.
You think Lonzo will make it? The Lakers will take Lonzo?
Never heard of him.
His dad's pretty vocal, bro.
Hey, his dad is legend.
And yeah, trolling confirmed when DeMarcus says he's never heard of Lonzo Ball, but then says he's a huge fan of LeVar. That should never be the case. So here we've got fellow rookie De'Aaron Fox.
He put a target on his neck, not his back.
Infrared beam.
He got a target right here.
So De'Aaron thinks are very extreme right now. He says Lonzo doesn't just have a target on his back. He's got one on his neck. I mean, I've never even heard of having a target on your neck. Maybe I'm just really white, I don't know. But it sounds serious.
I think he'll be all right, though.
No, he's gonna be good. But his first year in the league is about to be extremely tough.
So De'Aaron does say that he thinks Lonzo is going to be a good player, but he also is just really all in on that players are going to rough up Lonzo. Again, I just don't really see that. I mean, I'm sure people are going to go at him and maybe a few things are gonna happen, but De'Aaron makes it seem like every time Lonzo steps onto the court, there's going to be like a gang of people trying to kill him. I don't think it's that extreme. Now, these are some tweets from when Lonzo had a pretty bad first summer league game. So we see, like I've been saying, I don't think other NBA players hate Lonzo Ball like De'Aaron Fox thinks. Look, Brandon Jennings is just randomly out here comforting Lonzo Ball, saying summer league means nothing as far as wins and stats, just hoop, make sure you're ready by October 30th. I think they like the kid. I also think this because he says, I like the kid's game. And then Baron Davis out here saying, y'all stupid for hating on Lonzo, haters for real. No b-ball IQ, just writing for page views and clicks. Just wait and see what he do. And we can see that despite the bad game, Anthony Morrow's out here saying, I don't look too deep into Lonzo Ball's shooting tonight. Kid will be special in the league. So Lonzo's definitely got some supporters among NBA players. On to Markelle Fultz, the #1 pick over Lonzo.
Lonzo Ball in studio. Are you better than Markelle Fultz? Yeah, I think I'm better.
I got a lot of respect for him. I mean, that's what he's supposed to say. I mean, anybody that's a competitor is going to think they're better than someone else.
See, I think it's cool that Markelle says he does have respect for Lonzo. And again, I think it's cool that he's fine with Lonzo saying that he's better than Markelle, because what professional basketball player would not think they're better than another player? You've got to have confidence.
Do you consider having a rivalry with Lonzo?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, he's going to be a great guard in the league, and he's going to be in my position, so I want to get him out the way.
Just major respect for Markelle here. It seems like the man is just really excited to compete with Lonzo for the next 15 years, and I think that's awesome. I really hope they do develop a rivalry. Would have been cooler if they were on the Celtics and Lakers, but I guess we just can't always get what we want. And now, Magic Johnson, Laker point guard legend.
You have to have a great leader and somebody that can make their teammates better, somebody who has incredible basketball IQ. We feel that we have that person right here in Lonzo Ball. You look to your right, there's some jerseys hanging on that wall. Expect a Ball jersey hanging up there one day, all right?
All right, so Magic thinks that Lonzo is going to have his number retired one day in the Staples Center. I mean, that's what you want out of the number 2 pick in the draft, but most team presidents just don't come right out there and say that to everyone. I think that's awesome. You could tell that Magic has a ton of confidence in Lonzo.
So Lonzo, just leave me 1 or 2 records, okay? That's it, all right? Don't break all my records. I want your grandfather, just let him leave me 1, okay?
Don't break all of my records, leave me 1. This is awesome. I mean, what better mentor could Lonzo have than Magic Johnson? He's in great hands here. I love that Magic sees that Lonzo plays the game differently. You could tell from the D'Angelo trade that Magic wants Lonzo running the show here. He knows Lonzo makes his teammates better. He knows Lonzo wins games. And I think this relationship between the two of these guys is gonna pay off for the Lakers big time. And so this isn't something that an NBA player specifically said, but if you were wondering why D'Angelo Russell may have been traded, I mean, the man's out here liking tweets like, watching D'Angelo Russell's highlights from this year makes me think there's no way in hell they should draft Lonzo. They stupid if they do. So he's liking that tweet, which means he agrees the Lakers should not draft Lonzo. A lot of people thought it was possible that him and D'Angelo would coexist, but we're not behind the scenes. I guess maybe that wasn't the case. If D'Angelo didn't want to play more off the ball, if he feels that he's a true point guard, then yeah, I guess trading him had to be the right move. On to another Laker, I don't want to say great, but the man won 5 championships, Derek Fisher.
I think on the court, I mean, we obviously have a long time to wait and see. I mean, he has the potential, obviously, to have a great first year as a rookie, but it could be a struggle this year.
So I could definitely see where Derek Fisher's coming from right here. I mean, with rookie point guards, especially point guards like Lonzo, who played the game a little differently, there's definitely a learning curve for playing in the NBA. You're going from playing against 19 to 22-year-olds to playing against grown men who have been doing this for years and want to kill you to get their next contract. So I definitely expect Lonzo to struggle a little at first. I definitely could see him putting up some 10 turnover games.
You have to have skill to manage the noise that surrounds his life and his family's life and how big they are when they walk in a room. And to me, he kind of has that skill.
And yes, again, I agree with Derek Fisher. I think Lonzo's just made for this man. I think he's ready to handle the noise, as Fisher said. From the second we've seen Lonzo at Lakers press conferences, he's just seemed like a pro. He seemed like this is what he was made to do, and he's not gonna let the criticism he hears phase him. So here we don't have words, but we have a story of a meeting between Lonzo Ball and Kobe Bryant. And apparently, according to this article, Lonzo Ball was unmoved by meeting Kobe. Now, this article says that when Kobe talked to Lonzo, Kobe asked him, do you have a post-up game? And Lonzo said he did. But Lonzo didn't really care about all of that because he says what he wants is to try to be a good teammate and better point guard. I mean, Kobe was a score-first player for the entirety of his career. Sure, he can mentor Lonzo in some ways, but they're not exactly the perfect fit. I mean, Lonzo is very pass-first. Now, speaking of the perfect mentor, that would be Steve Nash, probably. I mean, both of them are pass-first. Both of them can shoot threes. Both of them are MVP. Lakers fans everywhere just got very excited. I was kidding about that second part, and you could see Lonzo seemed like he got a lot out of his workout with Steve Nash, which is awesome. I hope he continues to work with Nash in the future. Now, what's a little weird here is Lonzo was also working out with Kevin Durant. Kevin Durant is actually a big believer in Lonzo Ball, or at least it seems like he is, because on the Bill Simmons podcast, he was talking about his NBA 2K team, and he says he traded for the #1 pick and took Lonzo Ball. So I guess that's a bit of a stretch, but we all know in 2K, we trade for players we like. It's just what we do. So here we're listening to Bill Walton.
I just watch him and I always go, oh my gosh, I can't believe that play. And it just comes on an endless
string.
And yeah, anyone that watched college basketball this season knows that Walton is absolutely in love with Lonzo. I mean, I don't think it's possible to love Lonzo more than LeVar, but Bill is out there trying to make a case. This is some awesome praise though, because Bill Walton is known as one of the best passing big men of all time. I mean, he was both an MVP and he was one of those guys that made everyone on the court better with his basketball IQ. Of course, that's the kind of player Lonzo is. He makes everyone around him better. So it makes sense that Bill has a huge man crush on him. And let's finish this off with a quote from Lonzo's coach, Luke Walton, former Laker and NBA champion. Of course, Luke has been watching Lonzo in training camp, and he said, "It's almost as if the game is moving a little bit slower to him than it is to other players." This is after Luke has said several nice things about Lonzo like this.
The way he plays is contagious, and that's really exciting.
We felt the one player that instantly comes in and makes all the other young players around him better as well.
When you work as hard as he does and you have the talent that he has, eventually you're going to figure it out.
So you can see the Lakers organization has a lot of faith in this guy. And honestly, it seems like the entire NBA has a lot of faith in Lonzo Ball. So as you guys know, if you've watched this channel before, I personally think Lonzo is going to be an incredible player in this league. And I've got to say, it's cool to see that other NBA players feel the same way. So I hope you enjoyed this video. And guys, the NBA preseason is here. Somehow we've made it through the long off season. Okay, I'll be honest, it wasn't that long. But yeah, I just want to say, if you're new to this channel, make sure to subscribe. We're at the NBA season now. There's going to be new videos all the time, and I promise you some awesome content. I promise you, if you love basketball, you will love subscribe. And to everyone who's already subscribed, thank you guys so much. 1 million subscribers still amazes me to this day. You guys are just awesome, and as always, have an awesome day. And cue that music.
Cause I got a really big team, and they need some really big rings. They need some really nice things. Better be coming with no strings. Better be coming with no strings. We need some really nice things. We need some really big rings. I got a really big team. I got a really